Well, hello and welcome back. I am so excited to see that you have come back to see part 2 of the dinosaur. That means that you're interested in being a funky doodler. How cool is that? Right, so today we're going to kind of go on from what we were doing yesterday. We're going to kind of take that. We're going to see how we can take that lesson into a further dimension of taking shapes and stuff like that and see where we go from it. And don't be afraid. Don't be worried. Don't matter what your drawing looks like as long as you're having fun. Okay? Number one rule, having fun. Anything else, we're not bothered. Okay? So let's get into the drawing for today. Kind of a few more lessons in there and a few thoughts of expression. How beautiful. Shall we do it? Let's go, funky doodlers. Well, hello and welcome back. We are back for the second part of this exciting adventure. And we are going to start with trying to do some variations on what we already learned from yesterday. If you don't remember what we learned yesterday, it was this beast. We were basically using egg shapes, circles, squares, half circles, semicircles here, and lots of big sausage shapes here. So quite a demanding first drawing, really, just to kind of get you in there and get you feeling some kind of excitement about doing something more than your average starting drawing. A little bit of a challenge there for you. So we're going to try and do that again today, but what we're going to do is take it a step further. We're going to try to kind of do a couple of versions of it. One version of taking that and again just changing up the shapes. And we'll start with something, maybe instead of a circle we'll try a semicircle. Okay, so we can do, let's just check it's in the camera. It is indeed. So I'm going to start off with something a little bit more of a semicircle. And again, it doesn't matter what. You could do a circle. You could do a triangle. You know. You could do a triangle and put the eyes on there if you wish. And you could do some kind of mouth like that and some kind of nose like that. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel, okay? I'm just kind of giving you some ideas here. And again, with the neck, we could probably do a nice long neck. Again, in that kind of sausage shape, just to keep shapes simple and keep the fear at bay, as it were. Okay, we're going to put the eyes right on the top of the head. We're going to do one small round eye and we're going to do one slightly bigger eye. Again, we're just variations on here. And I'm doing it at the top of my paper because I'm going to try and draw something slightly different here. Now, what about if we did like a pear shape? You know, this type of. What about we did that type of shape for the body? And we took it from there and we did it into a big kind of fat pear shape like that. Now, there's no need to kind of draw the legs here maybe, but in fact, what we could do them very long and very, very skinny, thin legs, couldn't we? Like long, thin sausages. And that already kind of gives us something, you know, we could give it wings. We'd just do like little triangles. Just like little triangles. Just that. And this point of the triangle here is attached to the body. So keeping it simple, keeping the shape simple, keeping our thinking dynamic, keeping our thinking fresh and full of excitement. Okay, let's put another little triangle on there. And the feet, we will do little feet today. We will do little And we'll do the arms. We'll do little thin sausages, just long, kind of droopy type of arms. And again, we'll do little half circle, semicircle. There. And already what that's doing is giving us so much interest there. It's giving us so much of an unusual shape straight away. We haven't done a tail, so let's add another kind of sausage. And maybe we'll even put a ball at the end of his tail. Look at that. Now what we're doing here is we're basically just trying to make our character. Each time we draw it, we're varying those shapes. We're varying our possibilities. So that the drawing that we did yesterday looks like that. And the drawing today looks like that. So it's very, very, very different already. So we could draw a whole farmyard of dinosaurs if we wanted to. Okay? We've kind of got to get that funky doodler moving in us. That excitement to change things. To use shapes as our basic form. And the basic form here, what it does is it builds a character almost out of like Lego bricks almost. You know, we're like pop in that one, put a circle on, put a square on, put a sausage on, and we're building this creature. And then on top of that, we start to then build our detail. And because we already have the shape of the head, we don't need to worry about anything except what's on the head. Does that dinosaur have a big mustache like mine? Does he have a beard? Does he have a hat? We could do anything that we want now that we have the head and we have the structure of the head and we have nothing to worry about. Okay, so I can go in with a darker pen. Let's do that. And let's try and do this with the eyes. Okay, we're going to start with the eyes and we're going to do let's do a couple of like lines underneath his eyes to kind of make him look like he's maybe a bit tired, just having fun. Okay, and we draw a big eye on top. So we've got one little eye and one big eye. Okay, and the same maybe even with the eyebrows. Instead of having them one eyebrow, two eyebrows, we're going to have them like this. Just to vary our character, to put a big excitement into our character. So let's put one big eyebrow up there. And it's just a kind of a C shape on its side. Nothing. Okay, so you'd write a C like that and you'd do an eyebrow like that. So nothing challenging, okay? But what it does is it gives us a basic form to work on. And keeping these shapes and things simple and fun, it makes our character fun, okay? So, what about his nostrils? What about his nose? Let's do something nice and fun. Let's do something very simple. Let's just do a dot. And the dots don't have to be the same size, of course, because we're funky doodlers and we can do anything we want. And I'm just going to do a little kind of C shapes. Again, C shapes is so important here in a lot of these drawings. And what we're going to do then is we're going to take this big front here of the head, and we're going to bring that line from there. And we're going to bring it all the way down to there. And that basically gives us the whole face of this creature. And you can add anything you want here. You could do some wrinkles above his nose. You could put some scales on his face if you wanted to, you know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that line along, which is kind of like, it's kind of giving me the feeling like that's his top lip, and his chin is maybe so small it's inside or something, you know. So let's give him some big teeth. There we go. And now that's just a kind of very roughly drawn square. Do another one, and then some smaller ones, and we're just drawing little squares there to show his teeth, and vary the size. There's also a big tooth, a small tooth, two kind of buck teeth at the front, anything just to shake that up, to make his character look interesting. And there we are. And maybe at this point here we can just draw a little smile. You know how to draw a smile, don't you? Look at that. And that just kind of makes him look like he's a little bit goofy, a little bit happy, a little kind of, you can imagine him kind of walking along, something like that. And we're trying to think of these things. So I'm kind of drawing the back of the head now, but I'm also kind of thinking that he kind of looks a little bit too simple on the back of the head. What could we put? Could we put a hat like this? Could we put some hair? Could we put a top hat? What could we do? And I think we'll just put some scriggly wiggly hair. And there's nothing important here. We're just scribbling around in circles just to kind of give him a crazy curly haircut. And what it's doing there is, again, it's breaking that pattern of it's not a simple, bland dinosaur. It's kind of got this nice curly, crazy hair. And with the kind of buck teeth kind of look to him, the big teeth and the crazy hair, kind of looks like maybe he's like a genius in the dinosaur world or something, you know. How amazing. So let's bring that neckline down to the body. Just like that. And again, it's giving us this kind of nice, long, elegant type of neck. And let's follow that line round onto the body, up to where we meet these wings. Now, what type of wings would you like? So let's doodle on the side. We don't know what to do here. What kind of wings? Could it be a bat's wings? Could it be a bird's wings? Could it be a butterfly's wings? Okay. So we're taking our triangle here, and maybe we could do like one side and one side, and then we can just kind of do some kind of like C shapes, so we can do some feathers. Okay, so we do a nice kind of C shape like that, and then down to the body, and then we draw a couple of lines inside, keeping those little C shapes to look like lots of little feathers. So you can practice that. And when you start to get a bit comfortable with it, you can jump across. Just check my cameras are rolling. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw the top line, and then we're going to draw these C shapes. And we're going to draw a couple of little C shapes inside. Now remember, I'm going quite quickly here because of the timing on the video. I don't want to make the videos like 6 years long. So please stop the video and run it back and then watch it again, and run it back and watch it again. Any little part you don't know or I've gone too fast, take your time, okay? It's all on video now. So we can just stop, move it back, watch. How did he draw that wing? I don't know. Stop, watch it back. How did we draw the wing? So take your time, okay? There's no rush here. The only rush is for me to finish these videos so that they're not too long. And we can do another little wing in there behind, again putting those little C shapes, and they're just little don't. That's all we're doing, those little C shapes. So there we have a kind of goofy, curly haired, winged dinosaur. So already we have got a very original, very special dinosaur just for us. It's our design, it's our creation. And yours might look slightly different. You might have decided that you wanted a hat instead of hair. In that case, maybe you've done a hat and you've done like something like this, like a kind of long sausage, and then maybe you've done another C shape, another semicircle, half circle, and you've got a little hat like that. Maybe draw a line in the middle, and you've got him a hat, and maybe you've put a hat where the hair is. Maybe you wanted a hat in your dinosaur, and I wanted curly hair on mine. That's why it's so special with art. That's why it's so amazing to get into. All right, let's draw the back of him. Now he's got a tail coming up here. He's got a tail, so there's a round ball at the top, but maybe he's got some like spikes on his tail to keep the big dinosaurs from eating him. Okay, maybe when they come close, he swings his tail and hits them. Bump, 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 go away. I'm not your breakfast. Okay, so let's do it. Let's put some nice big long, like little sausages, okay? Just keeping our terminology simple. As many little sausages as you want. And if you don't want, you just want to draw a ball, that's okay too. That's okay too. And there's I'm just going to fill in the lines in between the sausages. And there we have a big spiky dinosaur tail. Look at that. Go away! Go away! And then we're going to draw the tail from the ball all the way down to his body. And all the way down to his body. And that's our tail. Okay? So this is a lovely way to grow. This is a lovely way to express yourself. And take your time with these drawings, okay? Enjoy the process. Enjoy the fun of creating something. And just think how amazing you are that you can draw a line and people say, oh, that's a leg. So you're very, 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 very talented. So we're going to draw these legs. My pen's beginning to squeak a little bit, so I need to just top it up with some ink. It's just a brush, and it's only because I'm only using a brush. I could use the other end, but the other end is like that, which is exactly the same, but I don't have a thicker one, and this is thicker on this end. Do you see? So I will get some like Sharpies. You could use a Sharpie at home, or a pencil, or whatever you feel you want to draw. Okay, now I'm going to draw from the arm. I'm going to draw that belly. And then underneath the belly, I'm going to draw that other leg, which is just a straight line down. Just keeping it nice. And don't worry if you've drawn one leg too fat and one leg too thin. It doesn't matter. Did you enjoy drawing those legs? That's what matters. If you had fun drawing it, that's what's important. So, what are we going to draw? Are we going to draw like little ball feet, or are we going to add some funky toes to it? I think on the other dinosaur, if you remember, we draw little ball toes on him. But then we thought with this big scary guy, we thought we would draw long fingers. Long kind of claw-like toes. So, we could draw something even more different. And if you haven't seen that video of me drawing that dinosaur, after this one, pop over and have a look. So, we're going to draw the front, the top and the bottom of that, and then we're going to draw some nice claws. And a claw is going to be like almost like drawing a bent triangle, okay? If you imagine a triangle, in fact, maybe we could just do triangles. That would be nice. There you go, there's his toes. Look at that. So, although he looks quite goofy and quite simple, he's got big sharp toes. So let's do a nice triangle out. Back, out, back, out, and back. And now you can see that already those toes there are very different from the toes we did yesterday. Already, our dinosaur looks so different already. And we only changed a couple of the very basic shapes. We gave this lovely semicircle head, this half a circle for a head. And we've got these long toes. So let's draw the other foot, and we're going to add some big sharp toes. Now again, don't worry too much about if all the toes are the same size, if the feet are the same size. Don't worry about it. At this point, it's all about fun, okay? So we are going to draw this arm now, and that's just like a straight line down from the body down to the hand, and on the other side we'll draw those arms too. Now I like this spiky triangle claws, so I'm thinking that maybe on his hands, maybe we could do the same thing. What do you think? Now you might not want to. You might not want to draw any fingers. You might just want to draw like a little ball for his hand, like he's got a little kind of hand closed up like that. Or you might want these big jaggedy things. Whichever you want, it's okay. It's all okay. So I'm going to do my big triangle fingers. Look at that. Doesn't he look all spiky? Again, another spiky. 3 little triangles, and then we join the hand. And there we have almost our dinosaur. We just got the front of the chest to draw. And we have our lovely dinosaur. And you can draw some jiggity jaggedy grass if you want under his feet, just to kind of make it like he's walking somewhere. That's his grass underneath his feet. And there we have a very, very, very different drawing from yesterday. There's a lot of different kind of structure that's going on there. And a lot of different personalities to him. We've got that lovely curly hair. We've got those lovely wings. We've got that spiky tail. And the spiky fingers and toes. And everything about that looks already so much more exciting than what we did yesterday. Do you remember the angry one? Do you remember the vegetarian one from yesterday's video? So we already have got 3 different dinosaurs. 3 different ways of drawing. And this is only the 2-legged dinosaur. We could do a 4-legged dinosaur. We could do a 6-legged dinosaur if we wanted to. Whatever we're feeling. Now, there is a stage above that where you can kind of just begin to loosen, and you can begin to draw in your style. And the more you draw, the more you will develop your style. It's not something that you look around in the shop and say, I want to do that. It's something that as you draw, you will feel like you like to draw with a paintbrush. You like to draw with a pencil. You like to draw with color pencils. You like to draw with ink like I do. Or whatever your style is. And you will begin to follow that pattern. So don't worry too much at this point if you don't have a style. I might just try to draw something like that in a different style. And I will do it with some ink, okay? And I will just show you a way that maybe I would draw the same kind of semicircle and the same ball for eyes, and okay? So I might have a little bit more. I might be a little bit more scratchy, a little bit more kind of crazy about my design. I might do something a little bit more. But it's, if you look at it, I'm copying the same idea, and I'm just adding some details, a little bit more wrinkles under his eyes. Maybe instead of his eyes being very nice and looking forward, maybe I want him to be a bit more goofy. Maybe his eyes are a bit kind of like, you know. And again, maybe with his eyebrows, I want to have a little bit kind of crazy, hairy, spiky eyebrows. And again, you can see how I'm varying my performance here. I'm varying my style here. And I'm drawing some little kind of scratchy hair eyebrows. And it's the same kind of feeling as we have here. And we're going on to our semicircle face. Okay, so I'm going to draw something a little bit like that. And again with his nostrils, I'm just going to copy that, but I'm going to try and make them a little bit more fun. And fun is the magic word here. Okay, every funky doodler, we just love to find fun. We try to find something that's special, that makes us, when we finish our drawing, we laugh at our drawing and say, that made me laugh. That is cute. That is funny. Okay. So here's our goofy dinosaur. And again, I would like my mouth to come up a little bit more. Kind of give him a bigger smile. And again, with his teeth, we're just going to be drawing the same type of squares. Now I could be drawing this with a brush. I could be drawing this with pencil. I could be drawing it with colored pencils. Whatever. And it's the same for you. Whatever makes you happy, you draw it in whatever you want. And here's our goofy dinosaur. Maybe I'll miss one tooth there, like one has fallen out. You see that? And it just kind of makes it a little bit more special. So today's lesson is really about using variation to your style of drawing. Okay, don't be afraid to draw a triangle face, or a square face, or a big fat round face if you wish. Whatever you decide. Okay, art is all about having fun and enjoying yourself. And of course, if somebody comes along and says, "Wow, I love that drawing you've done. Can I give you £100?" Well, that's good too. You know. So there we have. I've just followed the teeth up a little bit, whereas there the teeth stopped. And again, we're going to bring that neck, and I'm going to make my neck a little bit more bendy. Do you see that? And that kind of gives him a little bit more. And again, hair. Don't forget the hair. I love the hair. Or maybe we'll try the hat. Should we try the hat? Just to be different. Let's give him a nice kind of nice long kind of sausage shape. And then a nice kind of big half circle there. And we'll draw a line in between that. Here we go. That's our dinosaur wearing a hat. And then you can start to get more and more detail, and maybe you want to add some little C shapes like what we did up there. Do you remember? And we're adding some like scales to his body. And you just enjoy yourself and relax. Have fun. And just draw little scales all over his body. It makes him look even more like a dinosaur. Now, what we're doing here is that we are just taking from the very basics. We're taking from those simple circles and sausages, and we are building something unique. We're building something that we have come up with the idea. It's completely original. You don't need to copy anybody's anything. Don't copy anybody. Be you. You are more important. You are more special. You are more genius than anybody else. So, have confidence in yourself. I have confidence in you. All my funky doodlers are going to be great. And there's more and more little scales going all the way down his neck. And he already starts to look more and more like a dinosaur by just adding all those tiny little C shapes, giving him that scaled appearance. So, what did you think of your drawing today? This is where the part of the the film where you have to tell yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Okay? Was your drawing a little bit squishy banana? Was it? How did you feel about it? Was it a bit squishy? Well, not so good today, but you'll be better tomorrow, right? Were you a little bit like a cool slice of pizza? You know, were you not too bad? You got some good bits going? Or were you really funky chicken? Were you like the funky chicken? Were you like so golden, so brilliant that it even looked better than my drawing today? If you did, I want to know. Okay? So please send me a comment. Please send me a message and tell me how you did today. How did you feel about today's drawing? Were you squishy banana? Were you cool pizza? Or were you funky chicken? You let me know in the messages, okay? Because I really want to know. And I hope that my lovely funky doodlers will come back again. I hope you will come back and watch some more learning to draw videos. And I think you kind of already know how to draw. You're just kind of just building up a little bit of confidence, okay? So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you've got to the second part 2 of this dinosaur one. That means you are a real, true funky doodler, okay? So, we will see you again for some more drawing very soon. Thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you want a funky doodler mug or a funky doodler t-shirt, go over onto my shop. Okay. See you soon. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.